Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Ajab here. In today's weekly roadmap update, I'm going to go ahead and cover the most interesting spreadsheet to the least interesting spreadsheet. So for this week, the most interesting one definitely is the stats for Star Citizen. As you can see, the start of the Free Fire event definitely gave a big boost to the amount of accounts that got created. We're seeing 33,000 new accounts, so that's a pretty amazing number. But what's really interesting is that 716,000 in additional funding happening during the same period of time. So while we're seeing a whole bunch of new accounts coming in, we're not really translating that to new ship packages being sold or new accounts being started up in which they actually buy that $40 startup package. So there's definitely not a translation right there. There's definitely a boost, so there's going to be new accounts coming in, but it certainly doesn't cover the 33,000 new accounts that got created, but it's still good news. It's kind of interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing what next week's going to look like for this stat page. Moving on to the Star Citizen roadmap, as you can see for 3.6, there is definitely work being done with it now. We're seeing multiple features getting tasks done, and we're also seeing a bunch of rebalancing. One interesting thing to note is that the Apocalypse ARM missile launcher got removed. Inside Star Citizen actually had a quick blurb on it, so I'm just going to plug it in right here.
The FPS weapons team completed their explorations of the Apocalypse Arms Animus missile launcher, which, let's just be super honest here, looks as mean as it sounds. I mean, the word animus literally means hostility, so don't point one at anyone you like and expect them to be okay with it.
It's kind of amusing that they had a plugin for that, but they went ahead and just removed it from 3.6 and bumped it over to 3.7, and they added another gun in its place. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. I guess they actually did the testing and decided that it wasn't needed for 3.6, and this particular firearm was actually needed for 3.6, so they swapped the two out. So before moving on, Harvestal entity spawning, it didn't get any work done, but there was actually a section that they talked about it, so I'm going to go ahead and insert that clip right here.
You think of like trees or plants, that are scattered around the universe, but this will also be for crates that we want to do, or if we want to do any sort of gems or anything that's basically we want it to be able to randomly spawn in different areas. So the tech is there. Now it's actually getting it so that like we spawn it on the plant and we can pick it up. And then from there, that also goes into personal inventory, just because we want to make sure that, you can carry it. You can, like if you go and pick up an apple, you can carry that apple. And it doesn't just go into like a global inventory aspect.
Right.
So going on to 3.7, nothing really changed except for the swap out of the weaponry, which I already talked about. Otherwise, nothing to report there. Going on to 3.8, really pretty much the same thing. The Espada Prowler did get some tasks done, so we're seeing some ship work being done in 3.8. That's kind of neat. And finally, for 3.9, nothing to report there. Moving on to the Squadron 42 roadmap, as you can see, 3 of the features got a little work being done. So hover mode finally got started, and it's only got 3 tasks, so not really a whole lot to work there. So hopefully we will see improvements on that soon. Jumping still gets improvements, and then ship pathing also got improvements. So while there is being work done for Squadron 42, it's still kind of slow, it's still kind of minimal. Moving on to quarter 3, as you can see, there is also 3 features that are getting done. FPS close quarter combat is being worked on, large scale shading, and of course the Javelin is still continuing to see work, which is kind of nice. Moving on to quarter 4, we have 4 features that are getting work done. We're seeing conversation system improvements getting done. The Vandu Void is getting work being done, the Vandu Stinger, and the RSI Bangle. So ship work is definitely underway. Unfortunately, a lot of the other features getting done for Squadron 42. Going on to quarter 1 of 2020, there's nothing to report on that particular sheet. So that was a quick look at the roadmap for this week. If you want more details, definitely let me know in the comments below, but I'm going to try to get through these as quick as possible, and if there's any content that was related to the roadmap, I definitely will try to fill it in. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to the channel, as we will be covering all things Star Citizen. If you have any questions or recommendations, please leave it in the comments below. We greatly appreciate new subscribers, as this will allow us to create more content in the future. That's all I have. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.